Wonderhouse here. Today I'm just outside Death Valley. As a matter of fact, you can see there's a signpost here, Furnace Creek Road and China Ranch Road. That's the intersection I'm at the China Ranch Date Farm. It's this really cool, lush, green little valley in the middle of this barren desert that back in the day, like when the mining days were going on, like this old-timey cabin, all the miners in the area, they didn't really have any produce, but this industrial Chinese immigrant came out here to Death Valley and found this little spring, I guess, that was feeding into this little valley, and started growing all this produce, vegetables, lettuce. Come in here because the light's better. Yeah, and so he would supply all the old-time gold miners with vegetables and fruits, which they wouldn't have been able to get if he hadn't been here. So that guy was industrious because this is a barren, barren desert. But he tapped into the spring and, you know, had this whole farm. And now you can come here and they just grow dates, but they're really good and they have all kinds of different varieties, and they have date milkshakes and date bread, date nut bread, date cookies, all kind of delicious date stuff in their gift shop. So I'm about to go in and get me a date shake, which, here's a little pro tip if you're out here in this area. It's not actually a shake, it's really just ice cream with dates in it, and it's friggin' delicious. So if you do happen to come out this way, which it's kind of between Baker, the town of Baker, California, and Death Valley, it's definitely worth a stop. It's a cool little place. And just, here's this old-timey miner's cabin out here, which I guess they just kind of set up as a recreation. I'm not sure if this is an authentic cabin or what. I mean, it looks pretty old. But look at this cool old stove. Like these old pots and pans. Wow. The old miner's tea kettle. Look at this old rusty calendar. Old rusty bed. Everything's old and rusty out here. And look at these old-timey old school desks. Like back in the day, remember like Laura Ingalls Wilder, Little House on the Prairie? They had those desks that connected to the one in front of it. It's kind of a cool design. And look at this old cookware. Old fan. Really kind of a cool place. Let's go in the gift shop and see what kind of delicious dates we can try. I mean, they had all those different varieties growing here. It'd be interesting to try all the different flavors. A word about dates. The date palm is the oldest known cultivated tree crop, dating back to at least 6,000 BC in Mesopotamia or modern-day Iraq. Like apples, there are many varieties, and they vary widely in taste, size, color, and moisture content. Frequently cited in both the Bible and the Quran, the date palm has long been considered the tree of life in the Middle East. Come in, sample, enjoy. Don't mind if I do. It smells so freaking amazing in here. Oh, wow. Look at this little gift shop. Got all kind of date cookies, date breads, date jams, everything dates, 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 dates. If you like dates, you came to the right place. Look at all these different dates we can try. Oh man, look, date nut bread. Ooh, I gotta try some of this. So good. But what I'm really interested in is all these different varieties of dates here. Well, I'm curious to try this Deglet Noor. It's supposed to be 90% of the dates sold in the U.S. are this variety. Oh, cutie. Yum, that's a hot date. This one's softer, halawi. The one that you can see. Okay, now this is the dairy, D-A-Y-R-I. It's way softer and sweeter than the other one. It's interesting, there's really a noticeable difference between these flavors of dates. I wonder what kind they use in their famous date shake, because that's what I really want. This is not a shake. This is thick. More like ice cream. That is some delicious dates. And then while you're enjoying your delicious date shake, you can browse around this really cool kind of like junk antique shop they have here with all kinds of really neat old crazy stuff. Like, well, some of it's old and some of it's recreated, I guess. Like these hats, pod holders. Oh, look, it's a pelt. Wow, it's so soft. You know, wall art. They got a lot of gems, rocks. A lot of rock hounds come out here. Geodes. Look at these little prickly guys. Folk arty stuff. Yeah.
Car's turned off and this was locked inside.
Oh man, last time I was here it was more like a antique store. They had like a thrift store. There was old clothes and stuff. I guess they changed it up now and it's just souvenirs, but it's still kind of interesting. Look at this guy. Hello. Howdy, partner. Oh wow, look, old spurs. Anyway, just kind of a fun little store full of interesting stuff to look at while you're enjoying your delicious date shake. Wow, look. Kit Carson slept here. Honest, in the spring of 1844, Carson was the lead scout for John Fremont and a party of U.S. soldiers returning from California, traveling east along the old Spanish Trail to Santa Fe. The group spent the night here, watering and grazing their horses along Willow Creek. In his journal, Fremont notes that this was the best grazing since entering the Mojave Desert. Boy, I'll say. And that the date shakes were excellent. Haha, they made that last part up. This place wasn't serving date shakes back then. But it did have a beautiful, oasis and place to rest even back then, so take it from Kit Carson, he knows. Well, look at all these beautiful cactus blossoms. It's springtime. Yay, I love this time of year in the desert. I mean, those pink flowers on those paddle cactus are so intense. It's amazing. Look at this ocotillo. That's an ocotillo. It's really pretty too. And then look, they even have a saguaro down here. That's very unusual in the Mojave Desert because they typically only grow in the Sonoran Desert down in Arizona. So it's neat to see one out here. I guess it's warm enough out here in Death Valley to... I think the thing with the saguaro is it can't survive freezing temperatures, and it does get below freezing in most of the Mojave, but I guess down here it doesn't, so that saguaro is able to live a happy life. Look, here's more plants. Oh, it's cool, they have like a little greenhouse back here. Oh wow, look, this is so cool. A bird built its nest on top of this prickly cactus, and this one, I can't remember what this is called, but that cactus will not mess around. Look how cool that is though. A bird goes in there. That's hardcore, dude. That's the hard Scrabble desert life. Out here in this nursery, they kind of have a little bit of information about date trees. You know, how they grow in the Middle East, Arabia, Iraq, North Africa. They're tough, hardy. They can withstand super harsh weather, extreme heat, poor soil and water. I mean, these trees will survive just about anywhere. You can buy them here. It says here that female date trees produce 100 to 300 pounds of fruit per year. The males only produce pollen. And in the commercial planting, only one male is needed to pollinate 40 to 50 females. You said it. Anyway, that's the China Ranch Date Farm. It's kind of a fun little detour if you do happen to be out in this part of Death Valley adjacent. And have a date shake. Have a date muffin. It's good stuff, man. And I'm going to have a toast to Ah Fu, which is supposedly the name of the Chinese guy who started this operation in the first place. Here's to you, Ah Fu. Mwah.